Nestled on a small island off the coast of Mumbai, Elephanta Caves is shelter to stories and possible legends from times unknown. Away from all certainties of everyday life are these caves of mighty sculptures telling us various tales. This World Heritage Site on an island near Mumbai mesmerizes explorers, young and old. A number of tourists visit Elephanta every year by a ferry from the Gateway of India. The island attracts a large number of visitors during Shivratri and the Elephanta festival. They get off on the jetty to be guided by a toy train to the ticket counter. The Elephanta Island has 3 villages with a population of 1200, and the first village we enter is the Seth Bandar village, which is lined with shops selling souvenirs, guidebooks, clothes and various items that attract a lot of potential customers but are built in a haphazard manner. The congestion due to the shopping on the path to the caves poses a lot of inconvenience to the tourists. Currently, there is a need to have a solid waste management program to clean up the area. The scenic landscape is full of discarded waste. There are 2 ways existing to approach the Elephanta Caves. One can either choose to climb the stairs which are not in a good condition, or there is also a palanquin service at the island for those who cannot scale the steps to the caves. There's a restaurant and a museum for visitors. The caves, which are a World Heritage Site, are the main attraction, and people hoard the island for a day's visit. But there is a need to have better visitor facilities around this area. The other major attractions are the cannons from the pre-independence era placed on the hillock, which the tourists need to hike. The island can be walked around, but the roads leading up to the other villages and the dam are not kept well. The pathways are not electrified and no signages are seen there, which would not attract the tourists. There are provisions made for gardens, but are not being maintained at the moment. Another unexplored attraction of the island is the Elephanta Dam, which is a landscape on its own. The lake provides a stunning landscape, but there aren't any resting places or restaurants, which can facilitate a tourist furthermore. Cross the lake and you reach the largest village on the island. Rajbandar is closest from JNPT and Uran. It takes less amount of time to get to the island from this side as compared to the one from the Gateway of India. Despite having the makings of a tourist getaway from Mumbai, the Elephanta Island doesn't have much to offer to the tourists. The Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation facilitates tourists and explorers on their journey to the Elephanta Caves, and it now proposes to open doors to upgraded facilities in the near future. The Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation proposes to introduce high-speed boats and upgraded ferries to reach the island from Seth Bandar and Rajbandar. We aim to provide a smooth ride to the visitors while they enjoy the view of boats and ships passing by. The other possible way to travel to the island could be through helicopters, for which a helipad would be made on the higher grounds. Those who fear travel over water can choose to fly directly to the island. The new jetty would have developed pathways and railings around it, while the existing railway track and the train would be upgraded to comfort the visitors. There would be a provision for docking of cruises, ferries and speedboats. An open-deck restaurant on the jetty would be operational during the evenings for the tourists under the night sky. Once the tourists are ready to reach the caves, visitors who want to avoid taking the stairs can take the ropeway or the cable car to make the commute slightly less strenuous. The shops now cause a lot of disturbance and congestion directly on the path. Proper planning and rehabilitation around the pathway will lead to decongestion. A market complex exhibiting all the shops in an organized manner would be more approachable. There is a need to have amenities for the public at every point on the island. Seating areas for resting, umbrellas over the seats, toilets and drinking water facilities are to be placed at every major point. The Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation would make an interpretation center along with renovating the existing museum. An amphitheater to be used during the Elephanta festival would be an icing on the cake. Introducing a cafe near the lake will make the journey through the island slightly less tedious. Visitors who approach the island will have a chance to eat and lounge before they take on the next leg of their journey. Proper infrastructure and planned development on the island not only make it more approachable but also make it cleaner for the visitors. We would electrify all the roads and pathways and provide garbage bins. We would also provide battery-operated cars to commute through the island. Currently, overnight stay on the island is prohibited. Nevertheless, introduction of overnight stay facilities and resorts for families would enable the visit to be a memorable one. A resort would be planned along the coast of Rajbandar. To promote eco-tourism, we would also have homestays in Rajbandar village. With a vast area of the island still available for development, an amusement park would be designed in Moribandar, which would cater to both children and adults, providing fun-filled activities. This plan would not only increase tourism but also improve the living conditions of the villagers by creating jobs. The possibilities are endless. The Elephanta Island, in its bare form, is a beauty to marvel at, and with planned development of the island, it is sure to be one of the most sought-after tourist destinations in India. As the boat makes its way back, they would reminisce about the solitude they experienced in the caves and the pure fun they had on the island. This is a true sensory experience, leaving one wanting to come back to the Elephanta Island.